Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. From rude people in the TSA line to unruly passengers forcing emergency landings, airline travel is not what it used to be. Now the Secretary of Transportation wants us to return to the golden age of travel. But what exactly does that mean? Let's find out as we welcome back the author of How to Avoid Strangers on Airplanes, Brandon Blewett. It's so great to see you.
Hi, thanks for having me back, Hannah. It's great to see you.
So you travel a ton. Tell me how you think passengers are going to react to this push to return to the golden age of travel.
I've had 2 flights already this week, and I think that Americans are getting a C minus. I think maybe we need to have a little more information exchanging about what's going on. But I do agree with the sentiment, and I hope this is one effort that everybody can get behind.
I think so, but you have to compare and contrast, right? Traveling by air was quite more luxurious several decades ago versus a lot of the stressors that we have today. So what are some of the things that are leading to passengers kind of going out of bounds sometimes?
It's an interesting comparison. I often see pictures of flights from the Pan Am glory days, and we have to consider that the reason there was so much space was there was far fewer seats on the planes, and so there was lounges, and also airfare was very, very expensive. It wasn't accessible to a vast majority of the public. So I think that what's happened is there are more people that are crammed into the seats. I think that's a huge problem. I also think that with the pairings of the credit card companies and the airlines, it's almost like everybody has status nowadays. And if everybody has status, nobody actually has status. And you're expecting these things that don't come to fruition, and it gets a little bit frustrating for folks.
That is so true. I feel that all the time. I've got all these points, and for what? I'm just a schmuck like everybody else on the plane at the end of the day. So you have some strategies for us. How do we survive, especially this peak season travel? It is so busy. Everybody is hopefully doing their best to get you where you need to go safely.
Use your phone as your guide. There's so many things that you can measure from a time perspective to get to the airport. We'll use Google Maps or Apple Maps or your map app of choice to understand, what is the commute time to get to the airport. If you're going to park, make those reservations in advance, whether it's at the airport or at a third party. All of the airports have the TSA wait times available, and that's at your fingertips. And then I think most importantly is put all of your flight information into the airline's app and enable the push notifications. So that way, if there's any gate changes, delays, you're the first person to know, so you can make adjustments to your travel itinerary accordingly.
It is super helpful to have all that stuff in one place. Are there certain passenger misbehaviors you think kind of spike during these peak travel times?
I think there's one that comes to mind, and that's the backpack wrecking crew. What I call them. That's someone that you're walking down the aisle, and maybe they have to maneuver a flight attendant, and they've got this big backpack, and they turn to you. And I'm an aisle seat guy, so I'm the most likely to get a black eye. I'd say the way to avoid it, if you don't have someone sitting next to you at the time, maybe lean in during the boarding process. If there's someone sitting there, maybe ask for permission before you do something like that, or just kind of keep yourself aware of the situation. If you do have a backpack, I would always suggest take it off and carry it in the front. You're much more likely to have spatial awareness of what your bag is doing to fellow passengers if it's actually in your eyesight.
Simple stuff. Sometimes it's depressing to remind people, but a common courtesy that can go a long way. So how can you be part of the solution? Let's say you do have somewhat of a mishap with your travel. How do you approach the agent or whoever happens to be working that day and make sure you can solve a problem?
Kindness is king. I have never met somebody that went up to a gate agent or a flight attendant and just started taking a super adversarial tone. And look, the gate agents and the flight attendants, they don't want the flights to be delayed. They don't want there to be a mishap. It just creates a horrible work environment for them. There have been many times where I've walked up, made a joke, asked, "Hey, you must be having a great day today," when there's some kind of fiasco. And you'd be surprised at how far they're willing to go to make sure you get on a plane or that you're taken care of when you have that humble and humorous approach to the situation.
It's true. And I always find I've done this a couple of times, but a small trinket, a little candy, something local from where you're traveling to, it can be a $5 Starbucks gift card, and you can make somebody's day and just say, "I see you. I appreciate you. I know this season is tough on them."
Oh, absolutely. And I think because unlike summer vacation where people have, call it 3 months to go on, travel and come back, and they have multiple, vacation opportunities, here it is confined to, a week period. So when people miss their flights or something happens, understandably, they're upset. It's just really important to remember they did not cause the problem, right? So if you have problems with the weather, you need to take it up with someone else, not the flight attendant, not the gate agent.
Well, it was so nice to see you again. Thank you so much, and I hope you have very smooth holiday travels this year.
Thanks. It's great to see you too. Happy holidays.
Okay, Brandon's book again is How to Avoid Strangers on Airplanes. We'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this. First, here is